Great. We're going to go ahead and get started. So go ahead and sit comfortably, please, however that looks for you. Dropping your shoulders down your back and feeling the crown of your head lift toward the ceiling. Just start by taking a few deep breaths in and out, and inviting in a bit more breath than is strictly needed, and letting out just a bit more breath than you normally do. And so just making the breath a little bit bigger, more expansive. And as you do so, just be aware of your body and just see what you brought with you tonight. What sensation is there? What energy is there? There's some spaces in your body that need some support. Maybe you'll find that through tonight's practice. And the same energetically. And also be aware of how your mind is tonight. What thoughts and feelings and emotions are present with you right now. Not judging any of that, just aware of what's here. And again, if there's any spaces in your mind that need some support, perhaps you could gain some support through tonight's practice. Just opening yourself up to this experience here. Anything that is on your to-do list or that might preoccupy your mind from this practice, just set it off to the side. It's there for later if and when you need it. Taking just a few more breaths, letting that breath ground you in the present moment. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together in front of you and bow your chin, honoring yourself just as you are right now, body, breath, energy, and mind. It's from that place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And bringing those heated palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head and down your neck, welcoming yourself back to the room around us. So we're going to start off on hands and knees today. So go ahead and move your props off to the side if you're using them. And we'll come into table pose, bring the hands under the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. We'll start with some cat-cow. So with your inhale, look forward and feel your tailbone lift. And as you exhale, round the back powerfully, feeling the mid-back reach toward the ceiling. Then inhale, drop the chest, look forward, tailbone lifts, and exhale, round the back. And just continue to move between these two postures. Inhale, looking forward, exhale, rounding the back. Starting to warm up the spine. There's a bit of movement in the hips and shoulders here as well. And you're linking your breath and your movement. Inhale, looking forward, exhale, rounding the back. Good. Making this movement a bit more dynamic. Looking forward. Inhale, exhale, sink back to child's pose. Inhale, float back up to hands and knees. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale up to hands and knees. Keep going. Exhale. Inhale. And just a few more times, moving on your breath. Good. Last one. Inhale up. And then with your next exhale, go back to child's pose. Feel the hips sink toward the heels, forehead toward the floor. And with your arms extending forward to start, please walk your hands off of the left side of your yoga mat, reaching through that right arm. And think about sinking your right hip a little bit closer to your right heel. You can relax the head here. Taking some deep breaths, feeling some length on that right side. Good. And then walking your hands back to center. Just keep them going to the right, off of the right side of your yoga mat and reaching through the left arm, feeling the left hip sink toward the heel. And taking deep breaths. Again, length on the left side. You can almost imagine that the space between the ribs is stretching a little bit here too. Good. And then carefully walk the hands back to center. And then staying in child's pose, bring your arms down by your sides. Good. We're going to move through hero's pose a few times. So with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, lift up onto your knees, and reach the arms up and overhead, looking up. With your exhale, reverse that. Sweep the arms out to the side and slowly lower back down onto your thighs. Inhale, come back up, reach the arms out to the side, coming up onto the knees, looking up. And exhale with control from your center, slowly lowering back down. Again, inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, rising up. Strong back. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, release down. Good. Taking the hands forward. Inhale up to hands and knees. Curling the toes under, lift the hips, downward dog. Good. It's our first down dog of the night. Let's walk it out. Pressing a heel to the floor, bending the opposite knee. Feeling that length in the back of the legs. And as always, here in down dog, yes, we like to stretch the back of the legs, but we also have to lengthen the spine. So think about flattening out your back, hips reaching toward the ceiling behind you. That's more important than the leg stretch. Good. Inhale, float back down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Stay for a breath. And then inhale back up to hands and knees. We'll do a little bit of a deeper stretch for the hamstrings at the backs of your legs, and we'll do one leg at a time. So right where your feet are at right now, curl the left toes under, just like this, and you're going to extend the heel back. Good. And breathe. Now, if this is too much for you, you can do one of two things. You can bend the knee a little bit more so that you're not stretching the back of the leg so much, or you can just slide the foot back a little bit further. Okay? Breathe. Good. Then put the knee back down. We'll do the other side. Curl the right toes under. Lift the right knee, extending the right heel backwards. Again, if you need a bit more space, you can just slide the foot back a bit or bend the knee a bit. Be gentle with yourself. We're still getting warmed up here. Good. One more breath. And then exhale, release the knee down. Good. Child's pose. And then keeping your hands planted forward, go ahead and slither forward down onto your abdomen. Now, normally when we come onto the belly, we bring the hands under the shoulders. Instead, your hands are going to be down by your rib cage because we're prepping for upward facing dog. So release the feet, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the chest, press the arms straight and pick up your knees. Now, once you're here, soften the elbows just slightly and look up with the chest. Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, feel a tug behind your navel that pulls you back into downward facing dog. Good. We're going to do that again. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Keeping the hands planted where they're at, go ahead and slither down onto your belly. Again, hands are down by the rib cage. Pressing the arms straight. Come onto the tops of the feet. Lift the knees and look up. And then exhale, pull back to downward facing dog. Good. One more time for now. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Slither down onto your belly. Get hands by the ribs. Come onto the tops of the feet. Press the arms straight. Look up. Knees lift. Then exhale, downward facing dog once again. Staying here for a breath or two. Good. And then go ahead and lift your right leg high into the air behind you. With your exhale, swing or carry step the right foot between the hands, help it through if you need to, and bring the back knee to the ground. With your inhale, reach the arms up for the crescent lunge. And then exhale, bring your hands down and carefully step back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts now. Exhale, step the left foot forward, helping it through. Knee to the ground, come on up. Crescent lunge. Good. Exhale, hands down and step back to downward facing dog. We're just going to keep going. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step it on through. Knee down, lifting up. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, downward dog. Left leg lifts and step. Help it through. Come on up with your inhale. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Right leg again. And step. Coming on up. And back, downward dog. Left leg. And step. Knee down. Coming up. Let's do one more time on each side. When you're ready, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through. Coming up. And downward dog. Left leg. And step. Knee down. Coming up. As you bring the hands down this time, step the back foot forward, standing forward fold. Good. From here, press palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Again, palms to shins. Inhale, bring the chest parallel to the floor, and then exhale, fold down again. One more time, halfway up. Then exhale, sink down over the legs, staying for a few breaths. The knees are bending just slightly. Good. Now staying in the forward fold, bend your knees until your fingertips touch the ground if they don't already. So if they don't touch, just keep bending until they do. Good. Now with the fingertips on the ground, go ahead and walk your hands to the right side of your right foot. Good. Relax the head. And breathing here. If you'd like to, you can think about straightening your left knee here. Good. Carefully walking the hands back to center. Let's go off to the left side of the left foot. Relax your head. And think about straightening the right knee once you're here. Good. Walking the hands back to center, please. Press palms to shins one more time, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Sweeping the arms out to the sides with a strong back. Lift yourself all the way up to standing. And then exhale, release the arms. On down. Good. All right, we made it to standing. Let's do some arm swings next. This is a three-part inhale through your nose and one powerful exhale out of the mouth with the movement. The movement tonight will be inhale, arms up, inhale back, inhale up, and then exhale, jab the elbows back. All right. I'll lead you through it. We'll go for about 2 minutes, so pace yourself, slowing down when you need to, and just try to keep going if you can. So feet stacking underneath the hips. Again, we're inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. When you're ready, inhale, arms up, inhale back, inhale up, then exhale, jab the elbows back. Inhale, 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 exhale. Powerful exhale out of your mouth, clearing out your lungs. You're gonna feel the need to pull in and up. It's really just getting rid of all that air. Of course, that three-part inhale, feeling the full rotation of your shoulder joints, up, back, up, and jab. This is meant to help wake you up a little bit, so just feel some energy building in your body. Again, we're going for about 2 minutes, so you're about halfway done. Swinging it out. I'm going for about 30 more seconds, about a half minute. Three, two, and one. Release. Ooh, feel sensation. Breath rate, heart rate, feeling in the body, cooling in the nostrils, energy at the heart. Good. And then we're going to move into our next movement. So feet still stacking underneath the hips. Bring your palms together at your heart. With your inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up, palms together overhead. With your exhale, bend both knees, drop your body down, sweep the arms behind you. Keeping the knees bent, lift the arms forward and up into chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the knees, reach up. And exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Good. Pressing palms to shins halfway up. Inhale. Then exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. And exhale, palms to the heart. Let's keep this going. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, chair prep, sweep the arms back. Chair pose, inhale, and exhale, stay. Inhale, lift, and fold. Halfway up, and fold. Inhale all the way up. We'll go right into the next round. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep it back. Chair pose. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Halfway, and down. All the way up, inhale. Again, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, chair prep, chair pose. Lift, fold. Halfway, extending the spine forward. Exhale, release. All the way up, inhale. Again, bend the knees, drop down. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway and fold. All the way up. Bend the knees, sweep it back. Chair. Lift. Fold. Halfway. And down. All the way up. Two more times. Bend the knees. Chair pose. Lift. and fold. Halfway and down. All the way up. Last one, bend the knees, sweep back. Chair pose. Lift, fold, halfway and down, all the way up. And palms to heart. Good. You can relax the hands for a minute. Feel sensation again, breath rate and heart rate. Good. All right. So feet still stacking underneath the hips. Go ahead and bring your hands onto your hips to start. Good. So we're just going to be moving from one leg to the other. You'll see what I mean in a moment. And the goal is every time you lift the knee and put the foot down, you put it back down right where you picked it up from. Now, eventually you're going to start moving around a little bit. That's okay. But there's this idea of like restabilizing every time the foot comes back down. All right. So hands on the hips. Take a deep breath in. With an exhale, bring a knee into your chest. And then inhale, put it back down. Exhale in, inhale down. Just keep going from side to side. Again, trying to put the foot down where you picked it up from. It's harder than it looks. And try to keep the chest lifting here as well. And start to develop this idea that when the knee comes up, there's a crunch happening at the lower abdomen. I call these marching crunches sometimes for that reason. Now you can stay right here doing this if you'd like to. If you want to make this a bit more, you can just take your arms overhead, reaching up, elongating the front body. Keep going, we're almost there. Side to side. 10 more seconds. The arms overhead, reach up. The arms are not overhead, feel your chest lift. 2 and 1. Bring the hands down. Good. Feeling that sensation in the front of the body, maybe your lower back, wherever you feel it, feel it. Beautiful. Now taking your feet just a little bit wider apart, so about as wide as your shoulders or a little bit wider, toes pointing outward slightly. I'm just going to swing from side to side. Now starting with the base of the body, the back heel lifts up so that your hips can move with you. Your arms are gently hitting the body, and you're looking behind you as you twist from side to side. Now that starts to make you feel a bit dizzy. Don't move the head so much. You can kind of just keep the eyes looking forward if you'd like. Now there is no prescribed breathing rhythm for this one. Just make sure that you do breathe. So if you notice your breath getting shallow, just deepen it. And do this for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. So just find a rhythm, one that feels good. And again, it's okay for the arms to hit the body. You're giving a percussion massage to the internal organs and your digestive system, just helping to move things along. And also helping to relieve tension in the muscles around those regions. Checking in with your breath. Go ahead and deepen it. We're going to go for about another half minute or so. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Unwind to center. Keeping your feet where they're at, just go ahead and slide your hands down the backs of your legs, forward fold, soft knees, not locked. If you want to, you can grab opposite elbows here. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and release your arms. Sweep them out to the sides of the strong back. Come all the way up. And release the arms down. Good. So we'll move into a sun salutation here in just a moment. So please step to the top of your mat if you're not there already. Again, feet are about hip width apart. Shoulders rolling down the back. Good. And when you're ready, with your inhale, sweep the arms down, back and up. Exhale, bend both knees, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. We know this one. Exhale, stay. Inhale, straighten the knees, reach up. And exhale, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up, please. Exhale, release down and step your right foot way back, bringing the back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Please bring your arms down by your sides. We'll do that hero's pose exercise now. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, lift up onto the knees, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, release the whole body back down and bring the hands forward, planting them. Keep the hands right where they're at. Go ahead and slither down onto your belly. Press the arms straight, take the shoulders back, knees lift, upward dog. Exhale, pull back into downward dog. And then lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it through, help it forward. Back knee to the ground, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Hands down, step forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. Good, let's do that again. Sweeping the arms down, back and up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. Lift. And fold, please. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Step your left foot back this time. Back knee to the ground, crescent lunge. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Inhale, hero's pose, lifting up onto the knees, arms reaching up. And then exhale with control, coming back down. Hands forward, keep them planted. Slither forward and come up into upward facing dog, knees lift. Exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time. Exhale, step it forward, back knee down, crescent lunge. Good. Hands down, step forward. Palms to shins. And release. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Let's just go right into the next one. Bend the knees, sweep the arms back, chair prep, chair pose. Lift and fold. Palms to shins. Exhale, release, step the right foot back, knee down, crescent lunge. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Then coming down onto hands and knees again. Release to child's pose, arms by your sides. With your inhale, hero's pose, lifting up. And then exhale, release with control. Hands forward, slither forward into upward facing dog with an inhale. And then exhale, pull back into downward dog. Good, right leg lifts. And exhale, step the right foot through, back knee down, crescent lunge. And exhale, hands down, step forward. Beautiful, palms to shins, halfway up, please. Exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. And exhale, bend the knees, drop down, sweep the arms back. Chair pose, almost forgot that one. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold forward. Again, halfway up and down, left foot steps, crescent lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hands and knees, child's pose. Inhale, exhale, arms by your sides. Coming on up, hero's pose, lifting onto the knees, reaching overhead, and then with control, coming back down. Good, hands forward, slither into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts and step it through. Back knee down, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down and step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the sides, coming all the way up. Again, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway up and down. Right foot steps. Knee down, crescent lunge. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hands and knees to child's pose. Inhale and exhale, arms by your sides. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, come on up. Lifting overhead, hero. Exhale, coming back down. Hands forward, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts and steps. Knee down, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. And palms to the heart this time. Good job. Take a moment. Feel, breathe, be. Just noticing what's there. And so we're going to go through that flow just one more time. And as is tradition, we'll do some holds and maybe even some variations. We'll see how inspired we are when we get there. So still standing at the top of your mat, palms to the heart. Feel that breath. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose, and here we're going to hold. Feel the heart lifting as the hips sink down. Breathe. Try to make sure the knees are not buckling in toward one another. Keep some space between them. Good. Inhale, straighten the knees, reach up. And exhale, swan dive down. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Please step the left foot back. Good. Back knee to the floor. Crescent lunge, reaching up. Good. Then exhale, hands down. Before we come out of the lunge, let's go ahead and straighten the right knee and pull the toes back. Kind of a reverse lunge here. But feeling the back of the right leg stretch. Your hands can walk back a little bit if you'd like. Think about drawing that right hip further back. Always breathing. Good. And then go ahead and rock forward, please. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Then floating down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. With an inhale, come up for heroes. Reaching up and over. Let's just stay at the top for just a couple of breaths. And try not to take all of this into your lower back. So think about the tailbone shrugging down or shrugging under slightly, and turn the chest more toward the ceiling. Good. Deep breath in. And then exhale, carefully release back into folding child. Stay for a breath or two. Good. And then planting the hands forward, extending the arms. Keep them planted. Go ahead and slither into upward dog. And then pull back into downward facing dog. Staying here for a few breaths. Bending the knees a bit more than you normally do. Really feel the spine flatten out. Reaching the hips toward the ceiling behind you. Good. And then finishing off this lunge series, left leg lifts. Exhale, it steps on through, help it forward, back knee down. Crescent lunge, lift the arms up. And then exhale, hands to the floor, straighten the left knee, pull the toes back, walk your hands back if you need to. And think about drawing the left hip back as well. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Then go ahead and rock forward and step forward. Beautiful. Palms to shins halfway up. Then exhale, release down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Strong back, come all the way up. And then exhale, release. Good. Once again, feeling sensation from that flow and the work that we've done in the practice so far. Good. We're about to bring the energy back down to the floor, but before we do, we'll do a quick balancing exercise. And my disclaimer for balancing always is don't judge yourself too harshly. Okay. All right. So feet stacking underneath the hips. With your inhale, reach your arms up. With your exhale, bring the arms down. Now that's anticlimactic, but we're building here. So reach the arms forward and up again, and this time come up onto the balls of your feet. As you exhale, release the arms down and releve back to the floor. Inhale, lifting back up, heels lift. Exhale, slowly lower them back down. Just do your best here, all right? Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. I almost think of it's like a zipper from the middle mid body, just lifting you up and then setting you back down. Lifting you up and setting you back down. Good. One more time. Lift up. Can we stay? Think about squeezing the thighs together. Again, think about that zipper analogy, kind of just pulling up the front body. If you fall, it's okay. Just come back into it. 3, 2, and 1. Release the heels and then fold forward over the legs. Soften your knees. Good. And then transition into downward facing dog. Floating down onto child or hands and knees. And then releasing the feet, child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. And then with your inhale, go ahead and come up to a seat. Good job. So we're going to spend the last fraction of the class on our backs, doing a bit of work for the lower back, strengthening the core a bit, and also kind of cooling us off from some of the work we've done. So go ahead and come to lay down, please. It might feel good to hug your knees into your chest when you get here. Just feeling sensation, the mind and the body, not off wherever it might be usually, but here in the body. Good. So go ahead and still the knees. Keep them drawn in as well, but holding onto the shins. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, go ahead and curl your chin in towards your throat. Bring your forehead up toward the knees. Shoulders lift. Stay and breathe. You can keep holding on to the knees, but if you'd like to, you can extend the arms forward Palms face up, just like reaching through the fingertips. Shoulders lift. 3, 2, and 1. Holding onto the shins, release the shoulders and the head back down. Good. And then bringing the feet flat to the floor. Heels underneath the knees, about hip width apart. Your arms can stay down by your sides for this one. With your next inhale, go ahead and press the feet into the floor and lift your hips. Bridge pose. Exhale, release the hips back down with control. Again, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release down, but stop just a hair before you hit the ground. Keep the core engaged. And then inhale, come back up. Again, exhale, bring the hips down, but not all the way. And then come back up. Exhale, hips coming down, but not touching the ground. And inhale back up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, hips down. Inhale all the way up and stay in bridge pose. And breathe in bridge pose. 3, 2, press up a little higher. And 1, slowly lowering the hips, this time all the way to the floor. Good. Taking an adjusting breath. Wonderful. So from here, walk your feet away from your body about 6 inches. And then take your feet as wide apart as your yoga mat. For this exercise, the feet need to stay this wide apart. Don't bring them closer together. It's tempting. Don't do it. Then the arms can just hang out to the side. And then with an inhale, drop the knees to a side. With your exhale, think about grounding your lower back to the floor, which draws the knees back to center. And then inhale, take the knees to the left. Then exhale, ground the lower back, come back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. And just keep going. Exhale to center. Inhale to a side. Moving on your breath. Side to side. And if you want to here, you can turn the chin away from the knees. Just getting a little bit of movement in the neck. If that doesn't feel like it's serving you, don't do it. A couple more times. Now take your time getting there, but as the knees drop to the right this time, go ahead and stay. And feeling that left knee or that left leg just a bit heavier, really guiding toward the floor. And if you want to, you can stay right here, but if you want to, you can take the right heel, the one that's underneath the knee, and bring it on top of the knee, just gently, just adding some weight. If you feel like the knee or the ankle joint feels destabilized, you can flex the right foot to stabilize. Good. With your next breath, go ahead and release the right heel down or ankle, and then come back to center. Make sure the feet are still mat width apart, and then just go ahead and drop them to the left. And if you want to take the bottom ankle, the left one, on top of the right knee, you can. If that feels like too much, don't do it. Breathe. And then releasing the heel. Go ahead and come back to center. Good. And then bring your knees into your chest again. And take your arms out to the side, making a T shape with your body. If there's something in the way, you can also do cactus arms. And then take a deep breath in. With your exhale, go ahead and drop your knees to the left. And try to ground your right shoulder and your right arm to the floor. You could even turn your chin to the right if you like, coming into a twist. Your left hand could rest on top of your right thigh, not forcing the twist at all, but just kind of keeping the legs there. Good. With your next inhale, carefully unwind. And when you're ready, take the knees to the right. Your left shoulder and arm anchor down. Your chin goes to the left if you'd like to. And perhaps your right hand comes on top of the left thigh or knee. And one more breath here. And with your inhale, carefully unwind, hugging the knees in again. And then bring the soles of the feet together in butterfly, holding on to the shins, the ankles, or maybe even the pinky edge of your feet. But draw the feet in towards your body, taking the knees nice and wide. And then from here, we'll come back into this one if you like it, but from here, we're going to transition into happy baby pose. So holding on to the outside of your, I should say, pinky edge of your feet with your respective hands, go ahead and point the heels toward the ceiling, and then pull down on the feet, kind of like bringing the knees closer to your armpits or to the sides of your body. Good. Now, if you're vibing here, just vibe here. If you feel like you want to make this a bit more, you could think about curling your tailbone back down to the floor because it probably will be popping up here. So just trying to flatten the lower back, creating a little bit of resistance, giving your lower back a little bit of a break, meaning a release. And also a little opening of the hips. Try not to clench your jaw. And of course, we are breathing. Try to relax any gripping of the glutes. Good. And then if you'd like, you can bring the feet back together in butterfly, drawing the feet in toward your body. And then bringing the knees together, holding on to the shins, and just pull the knees in toward your chest. Now, when you feel complete in this posture, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor, heels about mat width apart, nice and wide apart, toes flopping out to the sides, your arms coming to rest by your hips, about a foot away from the hips. And before we drop in deeply here, I want us to do just one more exercise, and all it requires is the movement of your head. So when you're ready, just go ahead and roll your head to the right, and then come back through center and roll your head to the left. The head stays connected to the floor the entire time. Don't pick it up. Just rolling from one side to the other. And after kind of getting the movement down, you might pick up the pace a little bit from side to side to side to side. And breathe here. Just feeling the neck loose as the head moves around from side to side. Just can imagine that you're just untwisting tension in the neck. Going for about 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the head to center. And feel a sense of stillness as the head rests in center. Feel that stillness reverberate from the head down into the body, letting go of any effort and allowing yourself just to be still. Even the movement of the breath becomes less erratic, less frantic, calmer, steadier. And just let yourself continue to relax here. You have permission to just be. peace, peace, peace. Please remember your body and remember your breath. As you're ready, take a deeper, fuller breath, inviting some movement to the hands and the feet, your arms and legs. And slowly begin to bring your awareness back. And in time, you can roll gently to your right side. And when you feel complete there, you can come on up to a seat. So once you're in a seat, bring your palms together and bow your chin. And honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight. Feeling gratitude for the effort you put forth. And as always, may that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until next time, namaste.